Ladies and gentlemen, your next bout is a battle for Toledo, and it's scheduled for one fall. One fall. Making his way to the ring from Toledo, Ohio, weighing in at 230 pounds, the new sensation, Chett.
WBW fans, we are back. Awaiting the arrival of bet on Chett Lasseter. Calls himself the new sensation. Accompanied the ring by Jesse McCoy. Jesse McCoy defeating Kip Page earlier tonight. Let's see if the Rat Pack can continue this winning streak. Chett Lasseter made his WBW debut back in November, challenging the then champion Sean Blaze. Coming up just short of winning the title. Sean Blaze was so impressed with the effort, offered Chett Lasseter a spot in the Rat Pack. And Chett said, if you can't beat him, join him. Dawson having his issues with what seems to be the entire group of the Rat Pack, every last member. And he's going to go through each and every one of them until he basically gets them out of WBW. At our Extreme Warfare show, he led a six-man team. At our Extreme Warfare show, came up the victor in that six-man tag, pinning Jesse McCoy. Probably why we see Jesse McCoy outside the ring now. Gary's got the mic. Let's see what he's got to say.
Y'all hear me out there? Let me hear what you think about the Rat Pack. That's all. They're making one of the girls shout. Y'all hear me? All right. You shut up. You shut up. I got something to say. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. When I first got here at WBW, the crowd welcomed me. My team Awesome welcomed me with open arms. And a young man came up to me, introduced himself, and I just shook his hand, and he looked all excited, and just let it go away. And I didn't take him under my wing, which was what my gut instinct was in the moment. That man turned to someone else. He turned to the Rat Pack. So as a man, I got to do what I've got to offer an apology, because this crowd used to chant, Chett, 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 Chett. And they used to love you, Chett. They used
Chett Lasseter looks like he's contemplating Gary Dawson's offer. And he's taking off the Rat Pack shirt. Did Chett have a change of heart? Did he? Well, that 5 across the eye says otherwise. Gary Dawson kindly obliges with 5 of his own. Chett may be regretting not taking Gary up on that offer. Gary now hits the ropes. Drop kick. Gary now scooping a slam. Stands Chett back up. Whips him into the ropes. Back elbow. Two count only after the back elbow. Gary now lighting him up with chops. Chett now reverses. Up and over. Gary's going to want to open those fists up. Certain promotions, closed fists are legal, not here in WBW. However, that is up to the referee's discretion. Gary 2 count off the suplex. Chett with a sweeping kick right to the ankle. DDTing the leg, jamming that ankle up even more. Trying to get a pinfall off of this. He may have damaged Gary Dawson's ankle there. Going for a bit of it. Looks like he has an ankle lock applied. Oh, apropos, Gary Dawson, one of the head trainers at the Dan Severn Wrestling Academy. He tapped out to an ankle lock, finishing maneuver of Dan Severn's UFC rival, Ken Shamrock. Or I'm just reaching there. He's definitely done some damage to that ankle. Chett now. Knee. Running knee. Gary trying to fight him off. Stiff clothesline back into the corner. Caused some whiplash there. Kick right in between the shoulder blades. Chett now going back to that leg. Two count only. Not going to get a 3 count on anybody with a pin like that. The arrogance of Chett Lasseter coming out. Gary Dawson, not somebody you want to be lackadaisical with, even on one bad leg. Man's been there, done that. Sunset flip. Gary back to the drop kick. Questionable tactic, especially if you have a bad leg. You risk damaging it. Jesse McCoy now tripping up Gary Dawson. Not sure if the ref fully saw that. Chett now. Chett grabbing at his ankle. And Jesse on the outside of the ring doing more damage to Gary Dawson. Chett with the distraction to the referee. Last thing we need is to have multiple injured wrestlers, but I have to question, is this even a thing? Not above the Rat Pack to fake an injury. Back to that leg sweep. And of course, he says he's okay. Bet on Chett, back to that ankle lock. Doesn't have quite the torque on it he needs to do as much damage as possible, but if you got a bad ankle, it does not feel pleasant. Gary now reaching towards the ropes. Insecurity now to Chett Lasseter. Chett Lasseter lands on the ropes. Gary Dawson swings through for that 419. Once again, going for offense that requires healthy limb. Now Chett jamming up that ankle again, switching over to that single leg crab. If Chett keeps this up, he could very easily tap out Gary Dawson. Chett now up and down with the Blue Thunder bomb. Gary Dawson kicking out at 2. Gary now trying to get the crowd behind him. Chett now back to his feet. Gary goes for a kick. Chett catches it back to the ankle lock. Gary rolls through. Sets him up. 419. Jesse McCoy now up on the ring apron, distracting the referee. And Chett Lasseter thrown into him. Gary Dawson having none of it. Gary now hooks him. Could we see that brain buster? That's exactly what we see. Can Gary get the pin? And 3 does it. Gary Dawson gets the 3 count on Chett Lasseter. Bad wheel and all, gets the victory over the Rat Pack. And the Gary Dawson Rat Pack Wrecking Tour continues. You'd have to imagine it's just a matter of time before he meets up with TJ Dynamite again for another shot at that light heavyweight title.